Hello, I am Courtney Webb, the Strange.
And I am Michael Zinn, the wonderful.
And we are the Strange and
Strange and
Wonderful.
wonderful. Yes, here we are again. Once again, the strange and wonderful people of the world, Courtney and myself, are here to talk to some other strange and wonderful people. And of course, all you strange and wonderful people out there watching in strange and wonderful land. um,
Yeah.
what's going on, man? How you been?
I've been doing good. Wolf been kicking my ass, but I've been doing good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've been quite busy myself. As a matter of fact, I'm going to Chicago on
Oh,
Friday. Yeah, for a trade show until Wednesday, and I think I might actually play an old episode of Live Stream of Consciousness tomorrow night because I'm going to be so busy packing and stuff. So
okay.
I still haven't decided, but we'll see. We'll see what
Yeah.
happens.
What's the trade show about?
The trade show. Well, I have a another company with that does digital signage, and the trade show is for the National Restaurant Trade Show. So it's a restaurant show where they show all sorts of equipment for restaurants, like new kind of ovens and cooking
Oh,
equipment.
cool.
They have all sorts of food, like different kinds of food that's like new to be to restaurants. And we do digital menu boards that are like screens that you can, put your own designs on.
Oh, that's cool. That's like how McDonald's got them huge digitalized
Yeah,
menus.
everything's digital these days. So yeah, we do the digital
I
menu board.
know. I went to my McDonald's and it's so high tech inside. I'm like, holy shit. I just stepped into McDonald's future.
Totally. Well, you know what? Technology is such an insane level, and McDonald's is really like that's not even the tip of the iceberg of all the stuff that things can do. But we'll see that stuff soon.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was super excited. I hope I'm still excited. I am
Me
still
too.
excited because Joe's going to show up, but I'm super excited because you got another super strange and wonderful guest
Yes, I
to,
do.
to come to the show, and I started doing some research on the guest. His name is Joe Castro. Do you want to tell us a little bit about Joe and why you invited him to the show?
Okay, I'm going to tell you the story about Joe and my crochet needle just dropped. Oh, well. Okay, the way I met Joe, it all began, it all began when I was a little kid in the whole movie aisle of Blockbusters. I saw this. I was just browsing around trying to see what movie they pick and what to watch. And then I saw this. It was like two cartoon heads on a screen on the cover art, and it said Terror Toons. And I was like, cartoons and horror movies? That's two of my favorite things. And then I immediately rented that movie. So I watched it with my dad. We started putting in and stuff, and I was just getting gritty. And I'm like, yeah, I'm so excited. And the first scene you just see, it's like low budget, and then you just see this guy. He's like a punk dude, and he's like, "Hi, I'm the narrator, and I'm going to tell you about Terror Toons." I'm like, oh god. So that didn't really last. So it went to the first scene of Dr. Carnage taking somebody's spine out of this guy character, and I've like kid me, it was like is it gonna get better? And
I'm not seeing you freeze at all. I hear you, I see you, everything looks good to me.
okay,
So I don't know if I'm freezing, but it doesn't look like
okay,
it
we're
on my
good.
side.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, better on. Okay, continue on the story,
I'm
and
listening to your story. Yeah.
and then I was like thinking, is it gonna get better? And then I continue on, and then you see this lady in the bathtub with her boobs out, and then me and my dad was like, Courtney, do you want to continue this movie? I'm like, no. So I turned it off.
Were you
And then,
embarrassed?
yeah, I was real embarrassed.
I can imagine.
and,
You were
then,
younger, yeah.
yeah, and then I gave it a second try. I watched it on my own.
Okay.
I got past all the badness of the films and stuff, and I
Right.
was like, I actually like the character designs. I actually like Dr. Collins from Max Assassin. The
Cool.
story's kind of dumb. I mean, I can write the story better.
maybe you shouldn't say that, but you
No,
know,
no, no,
I
no.
think it's its own genre.
Yeah,
You
it
know what I
is.
mean? And it's
I
I
mean,
went.
that was
Go
what
ahead.
Kidney was thinking, but I was thinking like, Courtney, don't say that. You don't know. Okay, so anyway, I showed my sister the movie,
Right.
and my sister was 8 then, and
8 years old.
yeah, she was 8 years old, and I showed the movie, and I was like, "Oh, you want to see puppets?" She's like, "Yeah, I want to see puppets." When it's actually just two grown men in like costumes and stuff,
Right. Right.
but
Right.
I got skilled to watch it, so I had to say puppets.
Right. Right.
So I put it
Well,
in.
I guess they kind of are like puppets, you know. I
Yeah,
mean, they're more like what is those full size costume like mascots, right? Like
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So go
And
ahead.
okay, and then I showed the movie, and she was like, "Um, what is that?"
You changed her forever.
Yeah, she's like, what is that green guy doing? Oh, just watch. It's all make believe. Just watch. She's like,
Oh my god.
oh, but there's guts coming out of him. Yeah, yeah, just watch. Just watch. What is this? And she's like, it's okay, Maya. Just watch. Is this puppets?
Was she afraid or did she think it was funny? I mean, obviously you thought it was funny.
Yeah, she was just scolded by it.
Well, I think that's the way it's meant. I think it's meant
Yeah,
with this little bit of humor edge, you know,
yeah,
like, you know, not supposed to be taken so seriously. So
yeah. And then I came up with like fan art of the characters when I was like a little kid, and then I came up with my own character, and I sent him my character with his character, Dr. Carnage.
mhm.
It was Raven as a puppet, and I sent it to the movie company, which was Brain Damage Film.
Right.
But Brain Damage Film went out of business, and the mail carrier sent the fan mail back to me.
Oh.
So Joe Castro never got to see it.
Oh wow.
Okay, so
Should
I
I bring it up? Should we show it on the
yes, let's
show?
show it. Yeah.
All right. So hold on a second. Let me get to it. First, I'm gonna bring up the drawing that you did for today's episode because that is actually Joe in the middle of a montage of characters, right? Why don't you tell us what we're looking at here?
That's Joe in the middle. That's Max Assassin on the left on his shoulder. That's Dr.
Max
Carnage.
Assassin.
Yep. And the green guy is Dr. Carnage. And those two little guys right there, the one with the red with the bulging eyes, that's supposed to be Gretel. And that one with the white boy is actually Handsome. They're from the second Terror Toons movies, the Sick and Silly Show.
Ah, so
Not really my favorite, but it was pretty creative.
right. They were added to the next movie. They were like new
Yeah.
characters.
Yeah, they were like
Gotcha.
new characters.
Gotcha. Cool. So let's take a look. I love the detail that you put in these pictures, by the way. You just
Oh, thank you.
it's always so great. So let's take a look at the next one. You tell us that looks like Max Assassin, right?
Yeah. That's a pinup of Max Assassin. I did that for Valentine's Day.
That's hysterical. That's so funny. All right, and
And that's Dr. Carnage. I know about
another Valentine's Day. Be my Valentine.
yeah.
How romantic you
Which
are,
is
Courtney.
funny. Yeah. Which is funny. I posted that on Twitter and someone was like, oh my God, someone posted pinup or a Dr. Carnage. And then, Doug, which he plays Dr. Carnage in the fourth installment of Terror Toons.
Yeah, yeah.
And
is that was done, right? That came out.
Not yet. It's still in production.
Right. Okay. I forgot
it just got done wrapping up on the filming and stuff.
Gotcha. I remember Doug was telling us about it. Yeah.
Okay, and then Doug's like, I excuse you, I play Dr. Carnage. I want to see the art. Or else you're just making it up. So the person show my artwork to him. And he's like, this is only it. And I was thinking, that's not a pinup. That's a tame drawing. And then I was like, I asked him like, do you want to see not safe for work on Dr. Carnage? And she's like, well, maybe. I was like, well, let me go ask the curator. I don't know if they'll be okay with that.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah. I was going to go to the next one, but go ahead and continue the story.
Yeah, that's Raven, and that's Norse Nana. Yeah, Nana. No, it's actually Nana. Yeah, it's Nurse Nana, but she could
Okay.
sometimes can't. But Dr. Connors calls her Nurse Nana. He's like, yeah, hey Nana. And that's Dr. Carnage. Nurse Nana is pretty much my Norse character to his counterpart to his crazy Dr. character.
So that's your original character there on the
Mm-hmm.
right.
That's my
Wow.
original character, and the one in the middle is my original character. That's Raven.
Oh,
That's
Raven Loon is
Looney.
also.
Yeah.
Oh, so you came up with the name Raven Loon, and you don't like it?
I don't know. It's just I don't know about Raven, but the Looney.
It's such a great name, Raven Loon. Like you're a Raven Loon.
Oh my god, I didn't think of that. Oh my god.
You didn't think of that? That's not why you made the name that way?
No, Kid Me was
That's
like
hysterical. Raven Loon. You're a Raven Loon.
Loon.
It's hysterical. It's such a great name.
Okay, Kid Me was just thinking like goth names. They're like,
Raven
like,
is a goth name. Yeah.
And like Raven, and then sometimes people call her Ravy.
Right.
And she's so used
it's
to
so
it.
Perfect, Courtney. Yeah. So you don't even realize you're writing brilliant stuff. Like you don't even realize it. It's great. Awesome. Let's go. Let's see what's next. So this is Nurse Nana.
Yep, that's Nurse Nana. Well, she used to be known as Nurse Nana until I was like, nah, I like the Nurse Nana name better. Because then I could go with Nana as a joke. Like,
that's funny.
It's like, yeah, you're old. I'm like, oh, excuse you?
and I think I got one more that I picked out to show, which is a little bit of a comic strip. So this is funny. Why don't you read this one for us?
Okay, Dr. Khan's voice. The doctor said, I could touch myself whenever I feel like it. Nurse Nana's voice. No, he said you could have a stroke at any time. It was an inside joke between me and Doug because he posted a meme of the cat saying that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And I was like, in the comments, like, I should draw Dr. Carnage and Nurse Nana in this. And he's like, yes, you should. And I did.
That's great.
And that character in the background, her name is Maxie. I was thinking Maxie or Mixie. But then, because Maxie is too close to Max Assassin.
Right.
So I was like,
maybe, but it could be like the female counterpart to Max Assassin, right?
Pretty much.
Kind of looks like a little bit of a gorilla, right?
Yeah.
So this is cool. I never saw you do.
She's more of a kind of like I like a wolf character, maybe, because I kind of got inspired by Monster High a bit.
Gotcha. I never saw you do. I've seen a lot of your drawings, but I never saw you do this comic book style where you actually make it into panels of a comic book. That's cool. So I was hoping that Joe was going to show up. He hasn't yet. We're still here talking, and I did some research today just because I was so interested in the guest and this whole genre of work. This whole genre of like the independent filmmaker and everything. And actually, one of his movies, Xenophobia, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, that's the alien one.
It looks like it's like a much better production and would be really easy to watch, and not that these other ones aren't easy to watch. I think that's the whole genre and people don't understand it. It's supposed to not be great.
It's the independent horror movies, and to me, with independent horror movies, they got more freedom to do anything they want.
Yeah,
and that's what I love about it. And yeah, I don't know, where is Joe?
It's all right, because what we're going to do here is just we're going to talk about him since he's not here, not in a bad way. But I'm going to.
Dang it, Joe, where you at?
I'm going to bring up some photos here because I was so intrigued by this. And I have friends who are in this same industry. And it turns out Joe actually worked with somebody I know, James Balsamo. And also I have a good friend, Ricky Vitus, who we may have on the show, who's a special effects artist. So a lot of these photos reminded me of his stuff. But this is like phenomenal work. I mean,
he is amazing.
The level of sculpting on these, he's like a true artist. And I'm kind of hoping that he shows up because I really want to give him some kudos to his artwork and his long and colorful career. I was thinking when I was researching him, I'm like, wow, we could have a segment on the strange and wonderful called Long and Colorful, and it would be all about people with long and colorful careers. Because
I know that sounds wonderful. I was like,
yeah. He certainly has had a wonderful career. So I'm just going to go through some of these pictures again. I was hoping he would be here to talk about him. If he
yeah,
comes by, we'll bring these back up. But look at how amazing his work is. This is actually a film he was hired to just do the makeup on, and the blood. And this post on Facebook, I saw he talked about the years in the industry and how he actually has different mixtures for blood depending on how the scene is being shot. So if the scene is a dark scene, he's got a certain mixture for it. If it's, much brighter scene, he's got a mixture for it. If it's, supposed to be more like viscosity, like a thicker, like he's got all these different mixtures. And I love that passion for your craft, because again, some of the people I know, it's like that. You do something for long enough and you build up recipes for blood, like, oh, what are we doing today? Oh, we need sugar blood. Okay, let's get sugar blood. So freaking cool.
and I find it all fascinating. It's just
Yeah,
how much work
I
goes
think,
into the special
yeah,
effects.
practical special effects is like a lost art these days.
Oh yeah,
So this is actually from It Wants Blood, which is
blood.
the film I was talking about, with James Balsamo at the helm directing this movie. But this again, it's like, you watch the movie and maybe you're like, oh, this is, a cheap movie, but look at the quality of this. This is just so freaking amazing. The sculpt, the
The
paint
wings.
job on it, you know what I mean? The wing, everything is just amazing. Even, you know what? I would say even more so, kudos to Joe on the design of this character. Those wings that look like arms almost coming out of his head. That's phenomenal, man. This is like a horrifying character.
I mean, the mouth looks like a vagina. I can't get past that.
You know what? And I have to think that there's probably some intention to that.
Yeah.
And it looks like a pretty scary vagina.
Yeah, I
Vagina
mean,
with,
yeah, that scared me. There is a movie called Teeth, and it's about a girl.
I have heard of that movie, yes, and it's
And
about the
it's
girl with the teeth in her vagina.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I used to love that movie as a kid. Like the whole time I was like, oh, I want teeth down there. I can control whoever can
Oh my
and
god,
have me.
and it just makes, what's up, Carolyn? Oh, it's
Hey,
my friend
Kaylin.
Carolyn is here watching the show. Uh, what's up, Carolyn? How are you doing? Yeah, I certainly understand how, as a kid, that being one of your favorite movies, you have ended up here as the host of Strange and Wonderful. That makes a lot of sense to me now. And why you even roped me into this whole thing. But again, I'm having a good time. This is
I'm
fascinating.
just dragging you down to the
I
darkness of
love
my
it. This
world.
is
Like,
fascinating.
come on down.
This is fascinating. So this is actually Friday the 13th from the Friday the 13th series. And this is like a special, again, a practical special effects build where you're replicating some actual actor. So you do actual, face masks, and you get casts of their face, and I mean, look at the work on this. The hair and everything is just so amazing. Kudos to Joe. Joe,
It's
please.
like,
I'm hoping you show
please,
up.
Joe, come on.
I really want to see you. If you're out there watching and you're not sure if you should come on or not, come
Please,
on in.
Joe, come on. Come on the show.
Look at
I got
this.
so many questions for you.
Look at
Especially
this
the second.
humongous rat.
Oh, I love that rat. Especially the second Terror Toon movie. I have so many questions about that movie.
So Carolyn is saying, "Hey there, I'm not sure what I'm seeing. And what was your favorite movie?" And then also
Ooh.
she's saying, "I wish I paid attention in my makeup class." So Carolyn, what you're looking at here is I collected some pictures of our guest who's supposed to be here. I think he might actually be in California. Maybe he misunderstood the time, but
Oh, no.
we decided to come on anyway and talk about him and give him kudos, because he is a special effects artist. He's the guy that created all of these characters, and he's also a writer, director. Earlier, Courtney, go
And
ahead.
he
What was that?
sometimes acts. He
He's
just
sometimes
recently
an actor. Yeah.
he recently just got into acting.
Yeah. So I'm gonna, well, I won't go back, but one of his creations is a movie called Terror Toons. It was back in the early 2000s, and it was these two huge kind of puppet characters that were just going around killing people and pulling their guts out, and it was like one of those really kind of over the top, you know, special effects movies, lots of blood, lots of gore, and that went on to produce four more or three more. So there's four in the series of Terror Toons,
The fourth
and
one is still in production.
and some other great stuff. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring up uh, Joe Castro's IMDb so we can talk about who he is. So this is Joe's IMDb, and if you can look here at, again, I said he has this long and colorful career. Just his special effects, he's got 88 credits here, 88 different movies where he's the special effects supervisor or special effects creator. Some of these movies are you might have heard of, some of them you might not have. I love some of the titles of these movies. It's almost like, and the classic Blood Feast,
Yes.
exorcism
Blood Feast.
exorcism at 60,000 feet. That's just hysterical.
Werewolf in
Um,
Space.
so he's got all of these special effects credits, and then I scroll down some more, and he's got 18 credits as a director. So look at these movies he's directed. Xenophobia is the one that looks pretty good. I'm going to click
I
on
wouldn't
that.
want to see that one.
And yeah, this one actually looks pretty good. This looks like it's got a nice production value to it, and
And
I want to see it.
okay, yesterday Joe was on a No podcast and I was watching it. And about xenophobia, it's the first movie that didn't have no gore in it.
Oh, it was not a gory movie. It was more about the story. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 6 complete strangers recall the details of their individual experience with alien forces, sharing the terrifying stories of their abductions and possessions. So it looks really good. The problem,
It does look good.
the problem I found
You
when I
can't
was
watch
researching Joe Castro. So here we are on Amazon, and I put in Joe Castro, and I went to his movies, and it says this video is currently unavailable to watch in your location. So I couldn't even watch this movie, and I clicked on his name, Joe Castro, just to see more of his movies. And look, he's got a bunch of movies here on Amazon.
That's not his though. The Little Assassin is not his movie.
No, well, I clicked on Frankenfake, and this video is currently unavailable on your location. So
Frankenfake is actually a documentary.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. It's about him on his experience with Face Off. He was actually on the show Face Off.
Oh really?
Yeah, and a lot of I don't want to get sued, but
okay, let's not get sued. Let's not talk about anything.
I don't mind talking about it, but I asked Joe, like, hey, can I talk about your experience on Face Off? He's like, yeah, go ahead. I'm like, okay, just making sure, because you had to try. They treat him like crap, like how Top Model treated the models. Yeah.
Wow.
Because they treated more for entertainment.
Wow, that's unfortunate to hear.
Yeah.
I think I was telling you earlier, I have a friend who is a special effects artist, Ricky Vitus, and I think he was on Face Off or one of those shows. I know they had a few different shows that were makeup shows. But anyway, I want to go back to some more pictures of his work because I think his work is phenomenal.
Oh, look at that.
Look at this. And you know what? It's not only the sculpts, which means the actual artwork of creating the sculpture. It's coming up with the ideas. I mean, look at that huge mouth.
It reminds me of The Thing.
It reminds me of The Thing, very similar of The Thing. It's just such a funny art form because it's like you really get to like go out on a limb, no pun intended, and you just get to really like stretch your mind and do these crazy things. So this is in 2018. This is from Xenophobia. I really want to check out that movie. Look at this head. Oh my God.
It looks so realistic. I remember the first time I saw this head. I saw this head the first time. I'm like, oh my God, whose head did he cut off? And I'm like, oh wait, I forgot what he does.
Really good. I mean, this side angle right here, this side angle is just so amazing. Look at that. That's just
you can see the wrinkles, you can see the crow's feet.
It looks like a photo of a real guy. It doesn't look like a model, I mean, here you can maybe a little bit, but not even, they both of these are so, I mean, and look at Joe behind. It looks it's just so great. It's so cool. I love this stuff. So
It's so amazing.
this one was pretty cool. This is something that he said he designed. In the
Insane
post, it said he designed it for an Insane Clown
Clown
Posse
Posse.
video. So,
Oh
so
wow, I
Joe
did
broke
not know
through to the
that.
mainstream. Yeah, he broke through to the mainstream and did some work. Friday the 13th, that other picture we saw, he did some work with some, mainstream stuff, which is great. And then I think we saw the rat. For those who missed it, this was another head, Carolyn. I don't know if
That's
you were here
from
for this
Friday the
one.
13th.
Oh yeah, you were, because we talked about this is where I think you came into the show, and this was his original one. And then again, when I went to Amazon and I clicked on Joe Castro and saw all of the this is his IMDb. I'm back at his IMDb. Saw all of the work that he's done. Amazon is over here. I was just disappointed. I watched the hell out of his trailers, though. I will say I probably watched each Joe Castro trailer at least twice.
And you're like, oh, I want to watch it, and you can't.
I wanted to watch these movies. I really did want to watch them. Again, it wasn't my genre before, but after our interview with Doug, I was like, man, I should really be watching this stuff, because I know so many people who are in the industry, and it's one of the things I always tell people about working in the independent film industry. And if you've ever been on an independent film set, you know this to be true, is that there's usually not a lot of money involved as far as getting paid goes. So all of the people who are there really want to be there. And when you're at a place where people really want to be there and they really want to achieve what they're there to achieve, the energy is amazing. It's such an amazing thing to be on one of these sets and around these people. And I say these people when I'm one of these people too, because I do it. But it's really a great thing. And I can't say enough about the different productions I've been involved with, and my friends who are all involved with this stuff. Like I said, I'll probably have Ricky Vitus on the show, because he's also very strange and wonderful.
Yes, we should. I'm really curious about Ricky. I want to get to know him.
I don't want to say too much about Ricky, but he definitely fits in on this show, and get him, you'll see why. But that's all I'm going to say about Ricky. If you're out there, Ricky.
Oh, Ricky, come on the show. Just contact me.
I'll talk to him this week, and I'll see if I can get in touch with him.
You can either contact me or Michael, but Michael's probably the closest one. Okay, I'd be like, who is this? I had something weird happen to me on Facebook. Someone asked me for my autograph.
Wow. From where did they see you? From this show?
I don't know. I asked them. They like, I just saw your clown pics. I just want your autograph. I'm like, I don't know about that.
Hey, you know what? Yeah. You've got a fan base, regardless of if you want it or not. I think when you do things like you like to dress up and cosplay and do that stuff, I think it's kind of cool when people like it and they recognize it.
I never got asked for like, because at first I'm like, are you asking for my friend's autograph or someone I interviewed? And they like, no, I want yours. I'm like, yeah, I need to contact them. Like, are you sure you want my autograph?
Oh, you should just be happy and say, here it is. Or maybe they're trying to steal your identity.
Oh, yeah. That one, I'm like, I don't know, man.
Well, Joe hasn't shown up. And again, I'm not going to get mad or anything like that, because it may just be a time mix-up.
It could be a time mix-up. I contacted Doug. I'm like, hey, Doug, can you tell him that he's late?
It's all good, Joe. You're welcome back. We could reschedule.
We can always reschedule.
But I don't know if we've got much else to talk about, unless you've got something specific you want to discuss. I mean, I know you said you had 2 pages of questions that you wrote.
I know. I'm so excited. I'm like,
Well, I would say don't be disappointed, and let's just assume it's a time mix-up, and that we will speak to Joe again soon. Who do we got coming on the show next week?
For next week, we have this one independent horror director. His name is Sam Salno. Yeah. I'm bad with names, y'all. I'm sorry. I do apologize. I recently discovered him through his films The Dark Side of the Room, Kiss My Ashes, and a thousand. I forgot what that name of that one movie. I think it was a thousand cuts. No, that's not it.
I'm putting you on the spot. Don't just take your time. You'll figure it out. I'm actually looking over here. I'm going to get to his to our Strange and Wonderful page because I know you made a great calendar, and I know he's on there. So Strange and Wonderful.
And his last film that he did was Death by a Thousand Cuts, which I'm recently watching right now. And the one that he's working on is his first animation movie called let me get the title of this film before I mispronounce it. Yeah.
So here is the Strange and Wonderful Facebook page, and this is Sam Salerno that you're talking about, May 25th. We've got Sam Salerno on schedule. I don't know if any of you guys were out there for our Alex and Mimi episode, but that was phenomenal. And I also had Alex and Mimi on the live stream. Ugly Shyla, also amazing guest. The quality of the guests and the conversations on the show have really been inspiring. So I can't thank you enough. I know I told you I was going to kick you out of the nest and stop showing up.
I know.
I think I'm going to keep showing up because it's just so much fun.
You're like, no, I can't leave you now. I was wondering.
It really is great. Again, I thank you for always bringing these connections to the table.
I know this is kind of a little late, but I got his last film that he's working on. It's called Utomanic.
Utomanic.
Yeah.
Okay. And does it say what it's about?
Oh, I know what it's about because he talks about it to me. It's about this guy. He works in the morgue, and he gets stalked by this girl that has a crazy obsession with him, and she's all cute and girly. You might have seen my TikTok of her, of Carly. Mm-hmm. She's the creepy brunette girl with the with pink outfit and everything.
Oh, okay. Oh, look who's here, Doug Epps. What's up, Doug? He says, it looks like I'm late to the party, but hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone. Hey.
Doug, you're a little late to the party, but we didn't have much of a party. We did get to celebrate some of Joe's work and look at some photos of Joe's work. I don't know if Joe fell asleep or he's on the West Coast and misunderstood the time, but he did not show up right now. And we're going to see what we can do about getting him here because I was so excited. I did so much research.
I mean, Doug, if you can wake him up for us, that'd be great. Call him up and like, hey, you're missing the show.
But I looked at his IMDb and I started trying to see some of his films. And Doug, I don't know if it's I don't know what it is on Amazon. A lot of the films I tried to watch said they were not available in this country. I don't know if they're too gory or what the deal is, but I did not get to see any of his films other than watching the trailers quite a few times just because I was like, wait, did I just see that? What's going on here? And I got to say kudos to Joe and again, the whole genre. It was such a great interview having you on here and talking about that stuff. I love talking about the independent film sets. We did get to look at some of Courtney's fan art, which I know is kind of how you guys connected, right?
Yeah, that's how I connected to Joe.
So, well, isn't that also how you connected with Doug?
Yes, I did.
Right. So we were looking at some of that artwork, and we had a good time. Joe's FX have been in a ton of stuff. Doug is saying, we looked at Joe's IMDb. Mm-hmm. He had, I believe, what was it, 88? Let's go take a look.
Let's count him.
I really tried to do honor to Joe. He was supposed to be on here, but we went to his IMDb page, and I was just blown away with his credits here. He's really done some crazy stuff, and we had a great photo picture show. My friend Carolyn was here, and she was grossed out. I don't know if she's still here, but she was grossed out by his special effects. I was amazed. I think his sculpts are amazing, and the creativity that goes into the characters is amazing. And I have talked way too much tonight, Courtney.
Yeah.
So I'm going to hand it over to you with any closing thoughts that you might have for now. And, hopefully we'll get Joe on another time.
Yeah, hopefully so. I hope we get Joe next. I hope we can get him on next time. I don't know what happened. I told him like 8 Central Time. Hopefully he probably fell asleep. Ugh, oh well. It's no biggie, Joe. We can do it again.
And
I love you,
and
man.
Doug is saying he holds a Guinness record. He holds a
For the
Guinness
Guinness
record.
record.
I don't know if he meant to say Guinness record or he holds a Guinness record for the most kills.
Yeah.
But I'm imagining he means he's got a Guinness
What?
record for the most kills in across the most movies.
Yes, he does.
That's really cool. That is really cool. That would have been our first Guinness record holder on the show. Wow.
Yeah.
We are doing great, man. We are just getting in there. And again, we talked about it, Courtney. I love how you manifested this show as a place for you to be online and talk and do all these things, but also to get to meet some of your heroes, some of the people that you grew up admiring. I think that's the coolest thing. I love that about
like
this
the
platform.
power manifestation. I don't know if I told y'all folks. When I was 14 years old, I told myself that I am going to work with Joe Castro and show him my characters and show him my character with his characters and the artwork and everything. And I'm going to work with him. No one believed me. Years later, I come in contact with him on Facebook, and now we're friends.
It's amazing. It's totally amazing. I love that. So here's to the universe and the power of manifestation, and thinking about what it is you want to do and driving your own ship, right?
Exactly. You got to be positive and don't let anybody put you down, because I had people put me down a lot.
There you go. There's some good closing thoughts. Don't let anybody put you down, because if you're strange and wonderful, you still got the wonderful part. The strange part is cool too, but the wonderful part is the important part.
Exactly. Y'all.
All right, folks. We will see you next week. I'm gonna play Joe's outro anyway, just in honor of Joe. We got to see a lot of his cool work. Thank you guys for showing up, Doug, Carolyn, whoever else is out there. Stay strange, stay wonderful. We'll see you soon.
Stay spooky and stay strange.